Morning, folks. Today's soap is brought to us from Italian Barber. If I'm pronouncing this one here, it's Amici. I think that's how you pronounce it. At any rate, that's what it looks like there on the inside. It's a pretty soft soap. It's pretty nice. It is a, I guess you might say, like a citrus scented type soap. And this is about, there we go, about 5 ounces is how much this container started out with. And got the matching aftershave. And I'll have a link down below, I guess you might say, for all 3 items in that. I also have the brush from Razor Rock. And like I say, all 3 items will be in one link down below if you're interested in checking it out. As it goes for the price for the total package, I think the everyday price might run you about $26. But if you're patient, you can find this on sale from time to time. In other words, you can get it cheaper. But I do have it whipped up here in the Crown King's travel scuttle here. And it's wet but not drippy. It's thickened up, in other words, since I started out working with a lather up. And the blade of the day, get that to stand up there. I haven't tried these blades before. Called Croma. They're from Germany, and they just come in a plain wrapper. And I've got it in a, you've probably seen a few videos with this particular shaver. This one here is the one from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. It's called the Ascension Double Open Comb Select, and it may be kind of hard to tell right there on the base plate on each side there. You can see the name. And this one here comes in it's a 3-piece design. The it models after the Gillette flare tip. This knurling right here is very tactile, would be probably a good way of saying it. It's a very grippy, very nice. And these tips right here are adjustable, not adjustable, but interchangeable, if you will. In other words, it also comes with a red tip and a purple tip, and of course this one here is the gunmetal color, and you can swap them out, change it up if you like. When I first ordered this, I decided to leave it just like it is right now, and I'm quite happy that I did. The color on this, to me, just looks fantastic. About the only thing I could think of that he might switch things up, if it's even possible, is this gunmetal. It does have a dark color to it, and it has that shade, if you will. And you can kind of tell how you more or less the barrel of the handle here. It is gunmetal, but it's a different, because of the knurling and whatnot, it gives it a different shade than what the tip does. And if he could ever figure out how to do this with just a slight shade of purple to it, it would be fantastic. Because I know when I first opened it up, it was next to the box, and the box is purple, and it had a purple shade to it because of the box. And in other words, the reflection and whatnot, and it looked awesome. It still does, but I mean, it's like, surely not. Surely he didn't figure out how to do that, but it was just the box. But it's a good looking shaver. It has some weight to it. I'll have a link down below, of course. And I'm going to give it a try today. I've had this. In other words, I was working through the Gillette series, working up to this series, because what this particular shaver does is it's paying homage to more than one shaver just in this setup with the double open comb, and then how this handle is. I really like the weight on this. I do enjoy shavers that have a little bit of weight behind them. This one here does. I already put a hot towel to the face this morning. I'll go ahead and start out with the Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements Preshave Cube. This one here is the Christmas version. And anyway, the excitement, in other words, I've been sitting on this for a moment longer than what I would normally do. I've got another shaver that I've had for a moment that I'm also waiting to use, but just working it in at what I would consider the right time. I kind of felt that the working up, doing a number of shaves with the vintage shavers would be a good idea working up to this particular video. It is have great expectations with this shaver. The shaver also on the base plate, it was probably hard to see. There is a black nylon or plastic washer, however you want to say it, and you can take the handle and make a quarter turn to, I guess you might say, to change the blade feel. And I was thinking about it and decided that perhaps what I would do is I would do two videos with this particular shaver. First one with the handle snugged all the way up against the base plate, and then in the next video do in other words, all three passes with a quarter turn, loosen it up a little bit, and be able to see how it shaves in between the two. Thought maybe it'd probably be best to work it that way. I do have Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements DOC, and it's a double open comb. Looks similar to this one here, in that the head that is is chrome in color. This color's it's just awesome. He did a great job selecting the color, but I am thinking that the shave ought to be pretty smooth. But I haven't used this particular blade before, and I don't know for sure how it's going to work out. I'll have a link down below for the blade also. This does smell fantastic. I like citrus scent. It works well for my nose. I've said it before, but citrus is a nice scent for me. And it is, I guess you might say, somewhat different. I've got several soaps, for instance, that are tobacco scented or have tobacco scent to them. That is another scent that just, for my nose, it likes it. I have to say, just right off the start, the blade seems to be working out all right. Some of these blades have, as I go through these, that I haven't tried before, and some of them may be quite a while since I've used them. There are so many razor blades. In other words, by the end of the month, you're looking at, several different blades over the time period, and not even touching on all of them that are available out there. Some of them, for instance, like Lord blades, Persona's another one that is like this, where make a number of blades with different names. Now, are all those blades different? Persona, there's some that are different, but there are some, to me, are very similar, if not the same thing, just different names made in different countries. Which, if I'm not mistaken, most Persona blades are made in Israel or the US. Pretty smooth. I enjoy the weight of this shaver. It is so nice. This soap is pretty inexpensive. I think the everyday price is $3.99. You can find it cheaper on sale from time to time, either $2.99, and I've seen it go as low as $1.99. I think the everyday price for the aftershave is like $9.99, and if I remember right, $7.99 is as cheap as I've seen it. Pretty inexpensive. I think the brush is about 12 bucks. It has a nice shape to it. Flat spots right there. In other words, it makes it easy to, it seems, in other words, natural. You got this part here where it's easy to hang on to. Put your finger right there on top. It's a nice design. I like the color scheme too. I don't remember exactly what the nut size is. It might be a 22 millimeter. I don't think it's 24. It could be, but I don't think so. As goes for the soap base, I guess you might call it along the lines of, I guess you might say, a traditional Italian soap base. That might be the best way to say it. It does remind me, or leaves me with the impression it's similar, which that's the way TFS makes their soaps, is a lot of times is along the traditional Italian soap base. This is pretty smooth. Kind of thinking that you could almost use this for a daily driver if you got sensitive skin. You'd have to find the right blade for you. Match it up, in other words, what works best for you. This blade here, I feel it, but it doesn't feel aggressive. I feel it as it's, cutting through the whiskers, but it's not that in your face type feel. It's there, you can feel the blade, but it's not aggressive. I wouldn't even say that it's a medium aggressive as of the shave feel. And after 2 passes of my normal routine, 3rd pass right through here, I got more than usual, but over here about normal. It's fairly efficient. Be honest with you, I couldn't complain with it. I'm not quite happy with it. It will be fun to shave with, especially if you're going to be experimenting, tweaking your shave routine, adjusting the handle, loosening it up to see where you happen to like it. I think the washer may be a good thing in that it helps with not only protecting the base of the head, but the fact that it seems to stay where it's at. When I was just fiddling with it to see how that would work, just loosen it up and then shaking it real hard, trying to get it to loosen up, and I couldn't get it to loosen up, so it seemed like that's a good thing. Not sure exactly how you do that, how you design it to where you can loosen it up, but it still stays where it's at. Doesn't, completely loosen up and fall apart on you. I do like this shaver. It is nice. If you like the purple tip and the red is available, I think it's still under $11, I think right now, price-wise, which is, in other words, marked down from the normal everyday price, if you will. I like mine the way it is. I'm glad I didn't order the others. I don't think I'd ever use them. I like this color, the way that it is. Yes, the grain pass with this blade's pretty good. This is a nice shave. I'm glad I went ahead and decided to do the entire shave without loosening it up. This way I get a good idea how the entire shave would be. There's just a little bit of feedback, not a whole lot. This is a great shave. Like I said, I've had this for a moment, been sitting on it, anxious to get to it, trying to be patient. You know how it is when you get new shave gear and you can't hardly wait to use it. All right, there's the handle. It feels, best I can tell, it is solid. In other words, it's not hollow inside. It feels nice. And I'll go ahead and take this apart. I will also say, because of the arch of this, just about dropped that washer. That's another thing too. You want to be careful with that washer. Make sure you get, if you're by the sink, make sure you get the plug in, because it's easy to drop it. With the arch of this base plate and cap, it does have a bit of a spring to it. So when you take it apart, like I say, you might want to be kind of careful. whole thing just kind of come apart on you and lose that washer. I'm going to go ahead and take the blade out. I guess I'll just leave it at the end. It's kind of hard to hold it with wet soapy hands, but that's what the blade looks like inside there. But you can tell that's quite a bit of a arch to the cap right there. All right, go ahead and get this wiped down here. A fun shave. I didn't expect that it would go bad. I figured that the blade would be okay. I hear good things about this blade, but it's not, of course, it's to what I've read up on it, at least the ones that I read. You know, some people like it, some people it wasn't for them. And of course, you know, that's how blades are usually, as well as soap bases, scents. I don't think it's a bad blade at all. It did quite well. Would I get 100 pack? In comparison to the other blades I've already got, in other words, I've already got several hundred blades, and I don't know that it's any more special than what I already got. If I didn't have quite a few, some of the others that I had, there's a good chance that I would probably order 100 pack of these blades. Don't remember exactly how much they are offhand. Of course, that might be a deciding factor too. Or also, I should say. Yeah, awesome shape. No stinging. Do like this soap. I've got more than one. I've got more than one tub of this soap. Like I said, it's a citrus-based scent. I think it's like the red grapefruit might be something that somebody might pick up in the way of the scent. For me, it's citrus. That's about as good as it gets. It's citrus. In other words, I can't discern from one, I guess you might say one scent or the other when it comes to the citrus scent. Red grapefruit versus regular grapefruit, I guess you might say, or white grapefruit, I can't tell the difference in scent. It still smells all the same to me. All right. Got some Stirling witch hazel here that's unscented, but it is mentholated. It's starting to get we're past the halfway point now. What's left? I know it's always sad when I run out of this kind of witch hazel, because this has just the right amount of witch hazel to give a nice cooling effect on your face after the shave. If you like that sort of thing, I do. It's one of my favorites. You can feel it working on my face. It is great, fantastic. All right, here's the aftershave here. This label, it feels like it's waterproof. So far I hadn't accidentally tested it to see how it'll hold up. That's what the restrictor looks like. I wasn't going to call it a regulator. A restrictor. Hadn't had my cup of coffee yet this morning, or two. I usually anymore end up having 2 cups in the morning. To me, this is a nice, pleasant scent. I smell the grapefruit, but like I say, in between white, red, can't really tell the difference. And my nose doesn't pick up any more than that. There's more scent base to this than just the citrus. Like I say, I have a link down below, and it's on the website, but my nose just doesn't pick up any more than the citrus. Had a great shave this morning. Like I say, I'll do another shave with this one tomorrow, but I'll loosen the handle up a quarter of the turn and see how it works out, see how much different it is. It's probably going to be just another fantastic shave. Hope everybody's doing well. Stay safe, stay healthy. Smooth shaves to you.